Hi, I'm Elliot Coulter. I work for Barclay Press, and we're here for the imprint Fernwood Press. And I'm here with Emmett Wheatfall, one of our poets.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Like you said, my name is Emmett Wheatfall, and I like to think of myself as a poet. I am a poet, and an emerging, budding playwright.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah.
I've got some questions for you. We're going to talk about your collection, As Clean as a Bone.
Oh, okay.
So what inspired you to write this collection?
Well, it's pretty fascinating. I was reading an article about the black intellectual, late great black intellectual James Baldwin, and in the piece, the author of the piece spoke about a statement that Baldwin made, and it was in quotation marks, and he says something to the effect that when you write a sentence, write it as clean as a bone. That just, it was almost like the words leaped off the pages of the article, and I had written a number of poems around blackness, and so I thought, what a great title that would make, for a collection of poetry. And so I set forth to writing pieces that really looked at writing clean lines, a clean stitch, a line of poetry, looking at the syntax and the diction that was used, and wow, when I was done with it and got the manuscript out to Fernwood Press, I was elated because I thought it was really good work.
So what hopes do you have for this collection?
I think that is a great question. I was in Pendleton, Oregon, I think last summer. I was invited to Pendleton, Oregon, which is a real hike in a car. But the people were so gracious and they invited me out. And a lady asked me about, the book, because obviously there's an image of a black person on the book. And there are not very many black people in Pendleton, I would imagine. And I told her what was great about this book is that the book is a kind of lens. It's not a protest book. It is not a social justice book. What it is, it's more like you can sit in your home, and even if you're not black or African American, you can put on this lens, and you can look at blackness through a set of lenses that you probably wouldn't get an opportunity to otherwise. So it's a book that's not filled with things that are casting stones at glass windows. It's an opportunity for people to look at blackness through that glass window. And I like that fact because with poetry, which you're aware of, you get an opportunity to, I love to say it, and I've written poems of, an African American, be an Irish boy along with Irish girls, or I could be a stream that's, flowing through the back of, the backside of a farm, or I could be a tree, or, I could be a Chinese emperor. You get a chance to journey in your imagination, where in my physical life as a person of color, I'm limited. So that's what I really, my hope for the book is that people, when they put it down, they'll be enlightened.
Kind of related to that, what do you hope young poets, especially African American young poets, will glean from this?
Oh wow, that's such a good question, and I'm glad you asked me. I would really hope that they would learn or study the craft and the rudiments of poetry writing. The other thing too that comes to mind, maybe for this interview, that's really neat. Sailor's Old Country Kitchen over at Mall 205. If you go in the lobby area, if you look where the counter is, where the people who seat people and stuff, there's a poem to the left. And I was in here one evening with a friend, and I saw the poem, and I started reading. and got down to the bottom was Maya Angelou on their wall.
Mm.
And then I did with a thing called scanning. So I went and took a look at it. So I started counting off the syllables in each of those lines. And in that poem, she's using like a 8 syllable, then it's 6, 8. So there's a whole system. It's not just words written with in rhymes.
Yeah.
There's a whole science to what she did.
Yeah.
So that's my hope, is that they would learn the art and craft, the forms of poetry. That's how you sharpen your pencil.
Do you have one of your favorite poems that you'd like to read for us?
Oh, I really would. Coffins. Why call to me as if from the grave in a manicured field? You being yellow in casement, elongated, pristine and polished, reminiscent of a coffin housing someone loved, someone recently departed, singularly a past life. Please note, I've seen closed caskets before, fastened shut by funeral directors, coffins situated in sanctuaries aptly called chapels. Coffins are never counted in actuaries. However, coffins are placed in either open or closed graves. This marine band yellow box, with its silver harmonica inside, as if in sanctuary, summoned me. I opened the marine band yellow box, whereby subconsciously it suggested, play a tune for me. I'm not dead. I just need some fresh air.